Quadrillion. Good day, good afternoon, good afternoon. नमस्कार, क्वाड्रिलियन नमस्कार। मैं सूरज सिंह, सिविल इंजीनियर, भारत इंडिया से, फरीदाबाद से आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ चुनाव के संबंध में। रिगार्डिंग इलेक्शंस इन जनरल, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन इलेक्शन सिनेरियो इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो। हमारे देश में चुनाव होते रहते हैं और अब तो बहुत बड़ा चुनाव आने जा रहा है कुछ ही महीनों में, जिसको हम कहते हैं लोकसभा का चुनाव। Many elections have been conducted during, you can say, past 5 years, and before that, and also since 1950. बहुत चुनाव हुए हैं, एक्साइट भी बहुत होते हैं लोग, लेकिन चुनाव से, इलेक्शन से हमारे देश का भविष्य तय करने वाले लोग भेजे जाते हैं, जिनको हम अपना प्रतिद्वंदी कहते हैं। चुनाव होते रहते हैं, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है। Elections are conducted often. Many parties are there in this country. And primary, there are two parties. One is Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, and other one is Indian National Congress, that is Congress Party, and many others. Now, my question is not about party. My reference is to system that's working. System that has been working, and that's about polling, elections. How these elections are conducted. देश में इलेक्शन किस तरह से हो रहे हैं, उसके बारे में कुछ हम हाईलाइट करना चाहते हैं। कल भी मैंने वीडियो बनाया था और बीच में कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस भी हो गई थी किसी वजह से, और हमने उसी के बीच में अपने एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट के एडवोकेट से बात भी की थी, जिनके साथ मैं ये डील कर रहा हूँ कुछ इश्यूज इलेक्शंस के बारे में, जो कि वो ईवीएम के खिलाफ कोर्ट में केस डाले हुए हैं, पीआईएल। तो मैंने भी उनके साथ कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है, कैसे इलेक्शन की काउंटिंग हो रही है उसके बारे में, एंड आई एम हियर टू शेयर विद यू दैट वन। It's not something very specific, but in calculations, it's very important. Public is not aware of what has been happening. Election Commission has not issued any method statement about how counting is done. Actually, nothing is available. Political parties also do not know how counting is done. People simply know that electronic voting machines are opened. These declare results, but facts are different. In every constituency there are hundreds machines, many hundred machines. In constituency where 50,000 votes have to be counted, it's about, you can say, 50 machines are used. Same way 2,000 machines are used where polls may be 20 lakhs. This table is available. I'll share with you later on, because I'm not going to share this document on this because of reasons. When I go to Facebook, I'll show you that table which I have designed. That table will clearly say how votes can be interpreted, how votes can be managed, and I'm talking about designs of election commissioner, because what I've understood so far, whatever study I've conducted, whatever work I've done on 5 assemblies results, and I'm very much sure now something has happened in background scene which public has no views about. पर्दे के पीछे बहुत कुछ हुआ, मेरे इसको समझ आया और मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूँ। और ये नहीं कि मैं ऐसे ही बोल रहा हूँ, मैंने उसमें काफ़ी काम किया। इनफैक्ट सिंस 6th of December 2023 I have been busy in this. 6 दिसंबर 2023 से रिजल्ट आए 3 दिसंबर को, and I was not convinced with these results, so I wanted to investigate something on my own. You may call it investigation, or you may call it just to know what's happening, how it could happen, or these results are right or not right, just to know about that. It's called audit, AUDIT audit. So I decided to conduct my own calculations, my audit on my own, and there was no other person to whom I can trust. And I don't know, I just collected this data from EC's website, and whatever information was posted on that website, you can say publication, I just consider that one, note it down on my computer, and I worked upon this. And I worked on many hours for this, because to note down all percentages, all documents available on website, and to also know seats wise constituency details. You can say about 678 constituencies were involved in this election. 678 कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज का इलेक्शन हुआ, विधानसभा का, असेंबलीज का. मध्य प्रदेश 230, राजस्थान 199, छत्तीसगढ़ 90, and you can say 119 Telangana, and of course what you can say 40 in Mizoram, and I think in, yes, in Mizoram. I have to take down copies from website because on separate pages these are many pages were involved, and I just completed all on my own, took down, copied, pasted on my file, Excel file, and had to study a lot on this. You can say 678 constituencies, and you have to understand each. And it was in one page and one column, but I had to bifurcate everything, which I did. बीजेपी को कहाँ, कांग्रेस को कहाँ, वो सबको शिफ्ट किया. And I did a lot of work on this just to know, because by that time I didn't know. I was just trying to see how could I understand what I wanted to understand. Actually, I cannot say immediately. I had a doubt, of course, but it was not serious doubt. It was not very much doubt. But I never expected results. God was really surprising, amazing, you can say. वो जो रिजल्ट मैंने सोचे भी नहीं थे कि इसका रिजल्ट ये आएगा, ये डाटा ये बोले, एक्चुअली डाटा ही इसकी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. ऑल डाटा मीन्स कितना पार्टी को वोट मिला, किसको कितना परसेंटेज वोट मिला, और किस असेंबली में कितनी लीड आई, whatever was lead given in each assembly, what a percentage of votes polled by in the whole assembly by BJP, by Congress, by other parties. This all data I had collected, and also I had collected, and I just wanted to study this data, analyze the data. You can say analysis. I started the analysis, and it continued for many hours and days. And I was actually not sure about how to produce it before people. First of all, I started with seats. Seats investigation means whatever number of seats were given to each party, was it justified or not. I discovered that this was not justified. There was a major inconsistency in results itself of seats allotment, seats award, means percentage of votes difference between two parties, and in fact there should be some uniformity. You can say it's a, there's a 2% difference, or there's 4% difference, or there's 8% difference. You cannot say if 2% difference is there, you can make a difference of say 40% seats. For example, Rajasthan, there is a difference of 2.1% in votes polled, in percentage votes polled by BJP and Congress. And if you see difference is 69 to 115, means 31 plus 15, 46 seats difference is in just 200 seats. 2% should be 4 or 5, but it's giving 45, 46. So this is a question where doubt was raised. Got my point? आपको मेरी बात समझ आई? जैसे राजस्थान का एग्जांपल मैं दे रहा हूँ, 2.16% का उसने दिखाया डिफरेंस दोनों पार्टीज के वोट में, प्राइम पार्टीज के वोट में. सिर्फ 2.16% का डिफरेंस, और सीट का जो डिफरेंस आ रहा है वो बहुत ज़्यादा आ रहा है. मैंने आपको बताया 31 प्लस 15, 46 सीट्स का डिफरेंस, जबकि होना चाहिए 4 या 5 का. सो इट वॉज अ डाउट, क्वेश्चन मार्क, विद क्वेश्चन मार्क. इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन एक बार तो मेरी समझ नहीं आया. आखिर इंजीनियरिंग माइंड है, एकदम हिट किया, और कोई शायद दूसरा आदमी होता तो इस चीज़ को स्टडी ही नहीं करता. आप मेरी बात समझिए. जहाँ पर where there should be a difference of 4 or 5 seats, where there should be a difference of 4 or 5 seats, there was a difference of 46 seats. Is not a question mark? This is one part, one point. In Madhya Pradesh, 8.15% vote difference between BJP and INC. This means 230 seats. So there could be, you can say, 0.0815 into 230, which should be just to maximum 25 seats around. But there was a difference of 97 seats. This was also one part. And then Chhattisgarh, 4% difference, and you can say 90 seats. So it should be about how much, 4% of 90, 3 or 4, maximum 5 seats, but it was 19 seats. So my ears stopped working, my eyes stopped working, you can say my mind stopped working. I did not understand what I was doing. I was wrong, or this data was wrong. In fact, my mind broke understanding what is percentage, what is meaning of percentage and seats. Somebody can say, oh no, it's there can be a lot difference in this seat and that seat, and too much excessive votes are there, so it can happen. You are right. I am just talking about uniformity, but in practical life it doesn't apply. But remember, number of वोट्स रिमेन सेम। जितना मर्जी आप सोच लीजिए, वोट के नंबर तो उतने ही रहेंगे। अगर हम 100 वोट मानते हैं और कहते हैं कि 10 सीटें हैं, एक वोट पे अगर यूनिफॉर्मली अप्लाई करते हैं, इफ आई अप्लाई 100 वोट्स ऑन 10 सीट्स, तो एक सीट पे 10 वोट आने चाहिए। आई एम गिविंग एग्जांपल, means there are say 100 votes, there are 10 seats, and I say uniform distribution of vote is done. This means on each seat there should be 10 votes. Okay, if there is 20 vote on one seat, then this remaining 10 votes should be distributed on the seats, deduction type, should be reduced from others. Same way, total number of votes should be 100, and if it is more, this means there is something wrong. So this point struck me heavily. I was stuck, you can say. I had to decide. It was my part one of study. In these three states I started with, I did not go immediately to Telangana and Mizoram because I wanted to understand. And I understood that something had gone incorrect. Because election commission is constitutional authority, nobody can question him for public demand. Public doesn't understand all this. I don't say we don't have people. We have people. We have high profile intellectuals everywhere in our country. But question is who bothers? भाई मुझे क्या लेना देना है? सही बात है, मुझे क्या लेना देना है, कोई जीते कोई हारे? Election commissioner knows it very well. Election commission institution knows it very well, and everybody knows it very well. But my point goes to political parties. For example, INC, the National Congress, or BJP. They're also not it, or somebody is getting benefit, undue benefit. Why shall that person speak? अगर किसी को फ्री फंड में कुछ मिल रहा है तो भाई मैं क्यों बोलूंगा? अगर मुझे सीटें फालतू मिल रही हैं तो मुझे क्या जरूरत है शोर मचाने की? लेकिन जिसकी सीटें छीन रही हैं उसको तो फर्ज बनता है। लेकिन मुझे दुख होता है इस कांग्रेस पे, आज की कांग्रेस पे, राहुल गांधी की कांग्रेस पे, सोनिया गांधी की कांग्रेस पे, खड़गे साहब की कांग्रेस पे दुख होता है कि वो सो रहे हैं। दे आर स्लीपिंग। भाई क्यों? वोट आपको मिला है, लोग अगर आपको चाहते थे लाना और आप नहीं आए तो इसका मतलब आप सो जाएंगे। लेकिन आप सो रहे हैं, आपको कोई चिंता नहीं है, शायद आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आपको फर्क पड़े या ना पड़े, भारत की जनता को फर्क पड़ता है, क्योंकि वोट भारत की जनता देती है, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज नहीं देती हैं। अगर मैंने वोट दिया किसी सोच के कि कांग्रेस की सरकार आनी चाहिए या मेरा एमपी या फिर एमएलए कांग्रेस का होना चाहिए और वो नहीं आता, तो मुझे दुख तो होगा ना। वही बात मैं एक्सप्रेस करना चाहता हूँ। एक आशा थी लोगों में कि कांग्रेस कम से कम इन 3 स्टेट्स में या 4 स्टेट्स में तो आएगी। एक परसेप्शन बन चुका था। जो यूट्यूब वाले दिखाते थे, जो एग्जिट पोल दिखाते थे, एग्जिट पोल की बात नहीं कर रहा, यूट्यूब इंपॉर्टेंट है। जो पब्लिक बात करती थी डायरेक्ट, I used to watch those videos, and I was to some extent, you can say more than 50% convinced that BJP is not going to win in these areas. Winning or no winning is not my criteria. Who lost, who gained is not my criteria. Now, my point of view is, was this election conducted in a transparent way? That is my question to myself. And at this point, when I worked on seats calculations, I started further audit because I got some point that this is not possible. दिस रिजल्ट इज एरोनियस। गलत रिजल्ट है ये। लेकिन गलत कैसे हो सकता है, कैसे प्रूव किया जाए? अभी तो हम कंसिडरेशन कर रहे हैं। आई वाज जस्ट डूइंग कंसिडरेशन मैथमेटिकली, एंड इट कैन नेवर गो रॉन्ग। इट कैन नेवर गो रॉन्ग बिकॉज if you see other states, Telangana and Mizoram, you shall not find that type of problem. The vote sharing is also shown little there, means Our election commissioner knows that our public does not know anything about percentages. They do not understand vote distribution, and he can declare whatever EC thinks suitable or right. I am not blaming EC. I am blaming political parties and people of this country because for them just victory or loss is enough. They don't want to study further data based on which these elections are declared win or loss, won or lost. However, this was my first part, and I was now convinced that in these three constituents, in these three assemblies, overall, these two parties, BJP and INC, there has been a game of 135 MLA seats which have been gifted to BJP by election commissioner. This was my, you can say, conclusion on these three seats. This was first part. Here I did not go to leads, I did not see anything, but this was just a uniform application of percentages based on seats which both got combined. BJP and IC in all these three states they got some combination of seats, and based on that I reached this figure that there was a 15 seats game played in you can say Chhattisgarh, and I think there was a game of about 78 seats in Madhya Pradesh. And there was a game of about 45 or 42 seats in Rajasthan. At that point, I reached here. My problem was how it is what it is, and I reached the conclusion that if I count three in these three assemblies, total seats of assembly, 25% of seats had been given as awarded to BJP without any due votes. So 25% assembly seat BJP had been, according to my calculations, had been awarded without any mandate. This mandate should have gone to INC. That was my first consideration. More than this, I could not do. How to do, what to do, because I had not worked on your leads so far. So I started working on leads. But how to get votes polled based on which these leads have been decided? That details I did not have. I had to work out those details, and after a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplation, I started working on that. मैंने उस पर काम करना शुरू किया ये किस तरह से मैं वोट इतने लीड पर होने चाहिए या जो लीड वो दे उसके वोट भी दे तो हम सीधा देख सकते हैं कि ये सही लीड है कि नहीं है. यू गॉट माई पॉइंट. इफ leads are given for BJP, leads are given for INC. I just bifurcated these leads. I summed up all these leads, respective for Congress and respective for BJP. Two lead sums are there, and then I summed both. I clubbed both. So leads are available according to Election Commission website, and these leads were noted down, recorded. Then, what is percentage difference between these two parties? That percentage difference must have based on some collected votes, gathered vote, cast vote. Those votes are not available. So I got those votes. How many votes should be there, or you can say estimation of votes or quantity assessment of those votes. You can say it's kind of an activity of material quantity engineering. I consider material vote is material for me. For me, as an estimator, as a quantity engineer, I have to quantify votes. And here, what is my article? You can say it's my material. So I had to apply mathematical application, and that is from mensuration, simple application. That how many votes I get, I got those votes considering which BJP is leading party here. So I took datum line of BJP and I got votes polled by BJP, and then I get vote polled by BJP in those seats which BJP won. There should be votes of Congress also. So I deducted lead percentage from these votes of BJP and I got Congress votes. Now I summed up to, so I got in assembly, BJP votes and Congress votes combined. I ignored others and other parties because these were very negligible. So I got votes of that assembly, and it was very much surprising to me, very much extremely amazing, surprising. You can't believe, और मैं भी बिलीव नहीं कर पा रहा था ये कहाँ मैंने गलती की है, कोई डाटा एंट्री में गलत तो नहीं हो गया, कोई डेसिमल में गलत तो नहीं हो गया, समथिंग must have gone wrong, because what I heard from newspapers that in Rajasthan there would be around I think not more than 4 crore votes. In Madhya Pradesh also 5.5 crores votes, and also means in these all three assembly seats, you can say there will be about you may say 10 or 11 crore votes. But what I was getting it broke my mind. That figure broke my mind. Then I started for Madhya Pradesh. Again I got it. It got also it broke my mind, and then I started for Chhattisgarh, and also I did it. So in these three, in fact, these stirred me. You can say stirred me very much. इतना हिल गया मैं कि भाई या तो मैं पागल हो गया हूँ, या मैथमेटिक्स गलत है, या मेरा फार्मूला गलत है। लेकिन गलत कुछ नहीं था, गलत था डाटा, लीड्स का, लीड्स का डाटा गलत था, लीड्स का डाटा गलत था, एंड इट वाज नॉट ऑर्डिनरीली रॉन्ग, इट वाज मल्टी लेवल रॉन्ग, मल्टी लेवल रॉन्ग। Well, I put these figures on Facebook, I put these figures on LinkedIn, and I send these figures to other places also. For example, I send this file to Election Commissioner, I send this file to Supreme Court, I send this file to President of our country, and I also send this file to other people. But I did not get anything from anywhere except that after reminder, I got one ID number, complaint ID number from Election Commission, and I was at least pleased at that I got this number, and somebody will be there to look after this. But in fact, they issued number. They didn't know what it was. They just issued number for sake of issued number, and they say you check the status. And when I checked the status, it, the site said this ID, complaint ID, does not exist. So I was upset. However, I tried to. I knew that time that Supreme Court advocate Mr. Narendra Kumar Mishra had been busy engaged in filing some PIL in Supreme Court regarding EVM's abuse. I could not get his contact. I wanted to get his contact, but on 23rd I got by chance his mobile number, and I asked him for, I requested him for mail ID, and he got mail ID. And my first meeting with him was when after I sent files to him, he called me after 2 days when I said, did you recreate these files? And then he contacted me on 25th and requested me to come to 26th if I could. So I meeting with him on 26th December and 30th, 30th December. 2 meetings with him. I explained each and every point to him. First of all, it's very, very difficult for him to comprehend what I was saying. This the files from Excel, and it's very difficult sometimes if it's formalized one. I did work in formula, and everybody cannot understand that, though he was a Supreme Court advocate and has a mathematical knowledge. Even then, I have to explain to him, and of course, I found it difficult because I'm not professor. However, I could explain to him satisfactorily to some extent, and he also did a lot work with him. I appreciate his efforts in person. He did a lot interest in that, and I think he called many times. I called many times, and in this scenario, because I had sent this file to Election Commission, to President, to Supreme Court, and other in Facebook and LinkedIn, images I put up these files. So I think my telephone number was recorded somewhere, and whenever I used to call him, he used to call me. In one call, there were two or three hold points already. Means someone was following us, and still someone follows us. I don't know, from election commission or from somewhere else. I don't name it. I don't know, but they know it. That if this number means advocate's number and my number, they have, whenever there's a call between these two, some holds come in. However, I'm not concerned about that. Now I'm trying to say, मैं जो आपको कह रहा हूँ, what is this? I started doubting about leads, and in first meeting with the advocate, I said, this is my purpose. I have to discuss two parts. One part is about number of seats, play, or you can say design, and other part is about leads, because lead is major issue. And I told him I am not very much concerned, though he was concerned. I should be concerned, but EVM was a point of understanding, was criteria in this manipulation, but not to extent which results of lead told us, indicating. After long study, lot analysis, he got me many details from Rajasthan. He got me some other details from, I don't know from where. He got me total BJP votes and INC vote for Chhattisgarh. He gave me these details telephonically for Rajasthan again and for Madhya Pradesh. Likewise, means hours and hours calculations, day and night, you can say. I was not able to come to a point, means what we have to speak about. And he also was not able to understand, because he says until he was clear, he will not take up this issue. Well, he was right. A logical answer is, if it's not clear, why should you take up some issue? But I was clear. That's why I was taking up issue. However, it's sometimes difficult to communicate. Maybe I was not able to communicate to him, or I was not able to explain to him what was in my mind, because I'm not a teacher. But he tried to understand as much as possible. And you know what happens actually when you talk phonically, you cannot explain everything to other party. It's mathematics, it's calculation. It's not, you can say, some speech. It's not something referral. It is calculation, and that too on cells. If you say calculation otherwise, it's easy, but so it is sometimes very problematic if you just depend on call. Okay, I explained to you like this. Means better you meet. So when I met him, he had certain points which I cleared. He cleared. And point was very simple. You are educated, or even you're not educated, you can understand that if say 100 votes are polled, if 100 votes are polled, in counting, how many votes should be there? अगर 100 वोट डलते हैं तो काउंटिंग में कितने वोट होने चाहिए? आप सिंपल कहेंगे 100 ही होने चाहिए। बस यही तो फार्मूला है। और क्या फार्मूला है? या अगर एक 100 वोट हम कंसीडर करते हैं अपनी पार्टी के, दूसरी पार्टी के भी 100 वोट होंगे अगर बराबर हैं तो। और अगर हम कहते हैं नहीं जी, मैं इससे 3 वोट आगे हूँ, मैं लीड कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरे 103 वोट हो गए और उसके 100 वोट हो गए, तो लीड 3 की हुई दोनों के कंपैरिजन में। तो वही चीज जो लीड्स ईसी दिखा रहा है उसमें आनी चाहिए ना। दोनों पार्टीज के बीच में लीड कितनी है? 3। तो लीड्स में 3 आना चाहिए, नहीं आना चाहिए? जस्ट थिंक ऑफ दिस। यही मेरा पॉइंट है कंसर्न का, बहुत बड़ी कंसर्न जो एकदम सबको समझ नहीं आती, क्योंकि यहाँ तो मैं सिंपल कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन वहां तो लाखों का हेर फेर है, लाखों का। 1 लाख नहीं, 2 लाख नहीं। छोटा सा राज्य छत्तीसगढ़, smallest in these three I'm not saying in 5, this smallest state leads, combined leads given on EC around 1.8 million, 18 lakhs vote, 18 lakhs vote. Got my point? 18 lakhs vote in that small state, where I think 4% margin exists. 4% margin exists. 18 lakhs vote. 4% margin. So how many votes should be there? Very simple. 4% margin means 25 times what should be there. Are it 18 into 25? How much? Simple. Why am I to say it was a horrifying result for me or horrifying information means it was very difficult, it's like impossible to accept this lead. And that is where game was encompassed. उस गेम को जो खेला गया उसको सर्कल कर दिया हमने कि यही गेम है. I tried to explain to advocate, senior advocate Mr. Mishra, but he had highest degree of doubt. But in mathematics, doubt has got no meaning. That is why in mathematical questions, if answer is correct, 100 marks are given, and if it is zero means the wrong answer. There is no step marking in that. So we could not do step marking. We have to think rightly. So why I'm trying to say, हो क्या रहा है? अगर ये लीड सही होती तो इतना डिफरेंस नहीं, 18 लाख नहीं आ सकता था. जहाँ 4% की लीड है, अरे भाई 100 में 200 में 100 में 4 ज्यादा है एक के, और एक के 100 है, तो आप कह सकते हैं 200 में 4 ज्यादा है. सिंपल सी बात है. इसलिए हमने लीड भी कंबाइन कर दी. तो भाई अगर 18 लाख की लीड वहां आ रही है, 18 लैक्स, 31 लैक्स की राजस्थान में आ रही है, 51 लैक्स की मध्य प्रदेश में आ रही है, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? क्या मतलब है इस बात का? इसका क्या मतलब, अगर आप तीनों को मिला दे तो 1 करोड़ से ऊपर की लीड, 1 करोड़ से ऊपर की लीड, 1 करोड़ से ऊपर के तीनों राज्यों में लीड. और परसेंट डिफरेंस कितना है? तीनों को मिला दें तो 8% के आसपास, 8 नहीं सॉरी 15% के आसपास. अब आप सोच लीजिए, अब आप खुद सोच लीजिए कितने होना चाहिए. सो कहने का मतलब ये है, टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग, इंजीनियरिंग वाइज स्पीकिंग, this was not right information published by election commissioner. This was not practically, or you can say according to data, or according to percentages, or according to votes count in that state, not right one. I don't know really how it happened, but now I understand. And it is right that these leads were only show business, and counting of EVMs also show business. Both are show business. Design was that this party, whatever party was, had to sweep entire state with highest leads so that people can see so much margin is seat, but percentage of vote was missed to be clearly understood. Now, what is my conclusion? Here is very, very simple, that where 4.04% difference exists, that where 8.15 difference exists, and that where 2.16% difference exists. These are right differences according to EVM's counting. These differences are right. 2.16 for Rajasthan, 4.04% for Chhattisgarh, 8.15% for MP. Between BJP and Congress, EC has given BJP higher value and INC lower value, but I consider reverse. This is first game part. It is in fact reverse. And these leads are actually not correct one. These are designed leads. Design means just they actually did not show what EVM declared. Those figures were completely altered. Immensely. Immensely. That's what I said. How many times? You can't believe how many times. I will tell you how many times. Just give me one minute. I'll just open that file and tell you facts about that. Results in parity. Seat wise, I'm trying to show you now. What? How many times this is? If you take, you can say BJP. I'm sorry, it's not BJP. Actually, this is uh, Rajasthan. Rajasthan, and you can say there is 35 lakhs leads, 35 lakhs leads in Rajasthan, in Chhattisgarh, 18 lakhs, and in MP, 51 lakhs seats. These are results. Means you can say in Telangana and others are separate. These are leads result. Now, if you compare, if BJP and Congress figures are given, if I divide BJP over Congress, BJP over INC, I get a figure of 1.72, which means there is 72% difference between votes of both parties in Rajasthan. You got my point? राजस्थान के केस में अगर बीजेपी की लीड्स को कांग्रेस की लीड से डिवाइड किया जाए तो 1.72 आंसर आता है. 72% ज़्यादा बीजेपी के वोटें दिखा रहा है. In Chhattisgarh, it is showing 2.1 factor. This means 110% ज़्यादा बीजेपी की लीड्स कांग्रेस के ऊपर. 110% more. BJP has got 110% votes in leads over Congress. And in Madhya Pradesh, it is showing, you know how much? 4.98. 4.98 means 398% lead votes more than Congress. BJP is getting. अब आप सोचिए, मध्य प्रदेश में 398% वोट लीड में बीजेपी को ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं. छत्तीसगढ़ में 110% वोट लीड्स में बीजेपी को ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं और राजस्थान में 72% वोट लीड्स में बीजेपी को ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं कांग्रेस से. आपको अजीब नहीं लगता? अगर इतने परसेंट ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं वोट्स बीजेपी को, if BJP is getting so many votes, so much percentage votes, then why election commissioner has displayed Rajasthan votes difference only 2.16%, Chhattisgarh votes only 4.04%, and Madhya Pradesh votes 8.15%. 8.8.15% मध्य प्रदेश में ज़्यादा बीजेपी के, राजस्थान में 2.16% ज़्यादा और छत्तीसगढ़ में 4.04%. ये कैसे? ये फिगर मैच क्यों नहीं कर रही? मेरा प्रश्न ये है. Why these figures are not equating with each other? Of course, with certain few you can say 0.005% margin, but why these do not match? So this is answer of problem itself. This means there has been problem in declaring results, designed results. जितना उसको लगा उसने उतने लीड दे दी और इसी लीड से वोट काउंट वापस लिए. You got my point? Keeping in view these leads are reversed in engineering, reversed in calculations. इनको उल्टा चला के और वोट काउंट कर दिए. यहाँ उन्होंने फैक्टर लगा दिया कि वोट काउंट जितना आ रहा है या इससे फैक्टर से वोट काउंट कम कर दिए, उतना ही वोट आना चाहिए जितना पोल हुआ है वहाँ पर जहाँ परसेंटेज दिखा रहा है, और यहाँ लीड्स ज़्यादा दे दी. और हुआ क्या है? एक्चुअली बीजेपी की परसेंटेज को रिप्लेस करके कांग्रेस की परसेंटेज डाल दिया और कांग्रेस की परसेंटेज पर बीजेपी की डाल दी और लीड से आ गई. समझ आया कि नहीं आया? मैं फिर बताता हूँ. ये जो लीड्स दी हैं ये एक डिज़ाइन दी गई हैं, किसी डाटा साइंटिस्ट को बिठाया कि दिस इज आवर टारगेट, आप ये टारगेट डिज़ाइन कर दीजिए हर सीट पे. व्हाट माय पॉइंट? some scientist was there, some data engineer was there. We usually call data scientist. That scientist must have has been assigned to work on this all 678 seats and work out how many votes, how many leads here should be shown so that we got same votes as EVM says, and that factor has been applied on both parties. कहाँ तो 2.16, आप सोचिए, कहाँ तो 2.16, 2.16 का क्या मतलब है? वो डिफरेंस है लीड का। अगर राजस्थान में 1.7 to 72% का डिफरेंस कैसे 2.16% का होना चाहिए? 72% डिफरेंस इन प्लेस ऑफ 2.16। इन छत्तीसगढ़ 110% का डिफरेंस, 110% डिफरेंस in place of 4%. In MP, 398% difference in place of 8%. यही है ताले की चाबी। गड़बड़ी का ताला की चाबी यही है कि गड़बड़ी कहाँ हुई है, एक्चुअली क्या हुआ है। फिर कह रहा हूं, ईवीएम एक दिखावा हा, इट वॉज जस्ट ए शोरूम। हम ईवीएम से वोट डलवा रहे हैं, लेकिन वो कर्टन के पीछे कुछ और है। वोट कितने किसको देने हैं वो पहले ही डिसीजन हो चुका था। सिंपल सी बात है। अगर ईवीएम की होती तो ये डिफरेंस नहीं आ सकता था, और शायद डाटा साइंटिस्ट भी कहीं ना कहीं बहुत बड़ा ब्लंडर कर रहा है। नहीं तो इतने बेवकूफ तो साइंटिस्ट नहीं हो सकते। ये लीड्स का शायद उन्हें आइडिया नहीं रहा होगा कि इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या पड़ सकता है। परसेंटेज नहीं समझते कंप्यूटर वाले। अब जमाना वो आ गया है कि हमारे हमारे यूथ परसेंटेज नहीं समझते कि परसेंटेज डिफरेंस का मतलब क्या है। Our engineers, our data engineers, our officers, our youth, they do not understand meaning of percentages, how can impact results. And this has happened because it was not natural counting, it was design counting, or you can say target based counting. अगर आप खुश हो रहे हैं कि ईवीएम से ऐसे रिजल्ट आ गए, बीजेपी यहाँ जीत गई और कांग्रेस वहां जीत गई, सब ड्रामा है, कोई कहीं नहीं। बीजेपी जीती, बीजेपी को कागजों में जिताया गया है, ईवीएम से नहीं। अगर ईवीएम से भी जिताए जाते तो इतने लीड आने का सवाल नहीं उठता था, सवाल नहीं। हाँ, परसेंटेज दिखाई है, वो उल्टी कर दी गई है। जहां बीजेपी की जगह कांग्रेस कर दिया गया, कांग्रेस ने बीजेपी कर दिया, लेकिन ऐसा तेलंगाना में और मिजोरम में ऐसा नहीं हो सका, क्योंकि वहां की वोट्स बहुत कम है। और मैं वो भी आपको बता देता हूं कि वहां का क्या हाल है। देखिए, स्टेट मिजोरम में जो लीड मिली, जेडपीएम गॉट ए लीड ऑफ 60,777, 60,000, 60,000, 777। एमएनएफ को जो मिली 6,912। अब इतनी सी लीड में वो क्या हेरा फेरी कराएगा। अगर इसका कोफिशिएंट आप देखें, इफ आई डिवाइड जेड पी एम ओवर एम एन एफ, जेड पी एम को मैं डिवाइड करूँ एम एन एफ से, तो 8.793 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है। मीन्स 7,793 का डिफरेंस आ रहा है, क्योंकि 8 है, 8 टाइम्स दोनों का फर्क है। जितने वोट जेड पी एम को मिले एमएनएफ से, वो 8 गुना है, 8.7 गुना है एमएनएफ के वोट से। इस बात को समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। यहाँ पर जो दूसरी पार्टी है, आगे उसकी भी बात करेंगे हम। ये तो मैंने इसकी भी बताई। और ये तेलंगाना में बीआरएस है और आईएनसी है, और इसी तरह से वहाँ जो आईएनसी के वोट हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं उससे, और करीब करीब 91% का फ़र्क है वहाँ। और इसमें जो मैंने बताया मिजोरम में, वो आपको इतना फ़र्क मिला, 7.793 का फ़र्क। मीन्स कई गुना ज़्यादा, आप ये कह सकते हैं कई गुना ज़्यादा। ये एक हॉरिफल डाटा है, जो डाटा हम यहाँ इतना नहीं पा रहे। जैसे 1.72 टाइम्स है, राजस्थान में 2.1 टाइम्स है, छत्तीसगढ़ में 4.98 टाइम्स है, एमपी में। और यही ड्रामा है जीत और हार का। बहुत मुश्किल है इसको समझना हर एक को, जब तक थोड़ा सा मैथ्स आप नहीं जानते। इफ यू डू नॉट हैव क्लियर नॉलेज ऑफ percentages and these coefficients, one cannot even detect what has been done on this. And people shall only say, okay, they are talking against EVM, but they don't talk about EVM in Telangana, and they talk about EVM in Mizoram. That is what they say. But again, I say, I am not, I am not, you can say, depending on EVM here in calculations. I assume that EVM hacking doesn't exist in this case. That is my assumption, but I am not in favor of what people say. Here, EVM is ignored. That's what I'm saying. अगर ईवीएम में हैकिंग होती तो ये डिफरेंस इतने नहीं आ सकते थे। आप कितना कर लेंगे? आप सोचिए, कॉमन सेंस से सोचिए। यदि एक ईवीएम में 700 वोट पड़ते हैं, मान लीजिए 800 वोट पड़ते हैं, तो कितना आप बचा लेंगे? जहां बीजेपी और कांग्रेस कंपटीशन में है, where there is BJP and Congress competition, you think there can be vote difference of 80%, 90%? Never ever. सो ईवीएम की हेराफेरी में आपने कहा जी हर 3 वोट के बाद बीजेपी को आ रहा है। बीजेपी ने हर 3 के बाद अपना वोट कर दिया फिक्स, फिर कर दिया फिक्स। तो भाई 20% या 25% मैक्सिमम खा जाएगा। कितना खा जाएगा? 90%, 200%, 300%, 400%? हाँ मैम, यही है कहानी। तो मेरा कहने का मतलब, मैं थोड़ा बोल देता हूँ साफ साफ। I have concluded that all this data, all this data which is given on Election Commission website in connection with sheet sharing or percent of sheet going to which party and percentage of votes and leads, except percentage of votes which have been displayed, these are authentic but replaceable. Percentages of Congress has been replaced by percentages of BJP, and other data on leads or else all designed one or fictitious one. This is great conclusion on these 3 states. सबसे ज़्यादा गड़बड़ राजस्थान में, biggest one. Then it is, you can say, छत्तीसगढ़, and then you can say मध्य प्रदेश। लेकिन सीट्स को बहा दिया गया बीजेपी के लिए, बहा दिया। 135 सीटों का ड्रामा, 137 सीटों की फिक्सिंग, 135 सीट्स हैव बीन फिक्स्ड फॉर बीजेपी undue, without any due credit. And in Telangana it is about 25 seats that you can say. Man is there. Let us see, some phone is coming. Hello? Yes? साले एडवर्टीजमेंट इनके पाप के मुकर हैं यार, इनकी एडवर्टीजमेंट देखते रहे बस, अननेसेसरी। ये गुस्सा आता है भाई, तुम्हारी एडवर्टीजमेंट में हम काम कर रहे हैं, वीडियो भी खराब कर देते हैं लोग। नॉनसेंस। देखो क्या होता है, एडवर्टीजमेंट फोन आ रहे हैं, उनको क्या लेना देना है किसी, और उसमें रिकॉर्ड चल रहा है, रिकॉर्ड बात भी नहीं कर रहे हैं। खैर, मैं आपको फिर इन्फॉर्म करता हूँ, मैंने इस बात की मेल राहुल गांधी को भी भेजी है, और जो पहले बताया एससी को, ईसी को, और हमारी ऑनरेबल एक्सेलेंसी को। और मैंने कल आज सुबह कुछ न्यूज़पेपर्स को या मीडिया को, जैसे वायर, दी वायर जैसा आप कह सकते हैं, दूसरे भी और हैं, एग्जैक्ट नाम याद नहीं आ रहे मेरे इस टाइम, मैं एक मिनट बताता हूँ आपको, देखिए और भी हैं, उनको मैंने भेजे हैं 6-7 को। तो क्विंट को भेजा, क्विंट को, यस क्विंट को, ऐसे ही औरों को भेजे हैं, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस को भी भेजा है, और हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स है जो भी, टेलीग्राफ, इनको मैंने भेजे हैं। एंड अभी देखते हैं क्या होता है। मुझे विश्वास है कोई ना कोई तो इसको स्टडी करेगा। आई ऑल्सो इंक्लूड इन दैट मेल दीज 3 फाइल्स। और मैंने एक मेथड बनाया कि व्हाट आई हैव डन, I have given numbers tables on Excel file, 2 Excel files and one Word file, and I posted these files on Facebook also. And I wrote to Senior Advocate Mr. Narendra Kumar Mishra today early morning that don't loosen time. Time is running. If you want to do something, do it now. And if you are afraid or you are not clear, then it's up to you, because I know personal interest, but I have national interest. Simple. I am a national. I have a national interest that I want to see transparency works in election commission. And election commission is not doing its job. That is true. I will send reminder also to election commission. I wrote to him 2 days back that you are not doing work. I wrote to EC. Yes, I wrote to EC. Do you want to see that? I wrote to EC. Why should I worry about EC? His job it has to do. EC is not my God. I have to tell him, you have done the done. You're not done the right thing. What's wrong with that? So let me see. I'll show you what I did actually. It's very, very significant one. Yesterday also I read it. Today again in 2 minutes I read it. I would tell, thanks for your email. I got email that we have received your complaint and we'll take care of this. So I said thanks for your email dated 8th January 2024, and complaint references NG, capital NGS. If you want to see this complaint, you can also go to that site and see. I just giving you this number, NGS07N. NGS 07N 161-223-70-6447. I repeat, NGS. NGS 07N 161-223-70-6447. My questions, submissions about related issues included on referred complaint are as follows. Elections in 5 states conducted in November 2023. Dear sirs, though EC has formally resolved said complaint without EC has formally resolved said means above complaint without giving any solution to me. Yet I have to submit to you abstract of my findings based on my thorough examinations as a part of audit done on results data published by your institution ECI in line to counting of votes dated December 3rd, 2023 and onwards as well. I have conducted this audit on my own initiative for people of this country, we people, and it's gotten no link or relation to any political affiliation. Audit findings now. I have conducted my private audit on EC's results related data publication. Data published exclusively by EC has been used to work out calculations. I have generated many questions pertinent to these results. I have checked number of seats that have been declared awarded to various political parties, and in particular to two prime parties in respective contests. Computed results do not meet achieved published percentage of votes shared by prime parties candidates first and second runners. Percentages differences between two prime parties does not match with sum of overall given leads respecting each constituency. This means that total leads reached respecting both parties do not tally with percentage differences of votes polled between these prime stakeholders parties. How could EC ignore this basic requirement? Facts remain while keeping abreast total leads in the entire Assembly House related seats respecting both prime parties who have been first and second runners. Computed out numbers, quantities of votes goes to many folds. How has it been worked out as such by EC as referred to in foregoing? It is certainly impossible that such declared results, whatever these have been published on your official website portals, are based on entire facts. Basic requirement of equation that votes polled must be equal to votes counted exists corroborated nowhere. I am of conclusion that votes counting activity has not been conducted in a professional manner. There has been abuse of awarding number of seats to one party, and my assessment is that 135 number seats have been awarded unduly to one party in three states, which are namely MP, Rajasthan, and Chhattisgarh, where 25 number seats have been negatively manipulated one from one party in state of Telangana, and 5 number seats have also been negatively manipulated from one party in Mizoram. There exist 165 number seats out of 678 number seats which have been manipulated for award from one party to other party. Grossly speaking, about 25% of all assembly seats have been manipulated results. I have also worked out quantity of votes that would be required if we consider that easy publication of results data hold good. I have worked according to mathematical application, use of elementary arithmetic or so-called mathematical mensuration, because no higher mathematics remains involved in such primary activity. Whatever figures that I have worked out remains manifold and not to around unity. Unity means one. If it is compared to votes polled, equated to votes counted. I shall provide my details scrutiny figures only after getting your reliable response. Engineer Suraj Singh, 430 Sector 21B, Faridabad, NCR, Bharat India, pin 121001. Mobile is 9810610718, 9810610718. SURAJ Suraj underscore engineer, SURAJ Suraj, SURAJ Suraj underscore ENGINER at yahoo.co.uk. This is letter which I have written to election commissioner, and I got acknowledgement also in direct way, and this has must have gone to EC. It was on 9th, and I think I did not get any response, but I'll send a reminder tomorrow possibly. And this was, you tell me what's wrong with this if I ask, I raise question. I'm after all citizen of this country. मेरा अधिकार बनता है भाई आप सही काम करें कि निकल के आखिर आप हमारे टैक्स से ही तो पैसे लेते हैं. इलेक्शन कमीशन होना अच्छी बात है, आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के बराबर भी होते हैं, आपकी हम वैल्यू देते हैं, लेकिन अगर इस तरह से कंट्रोल आप करेंगे तो इससे तो देश बदनाम होता है कि हमारा इलेक्शन कमिश्नर डाटा भी नहीं समझ सकता है. इससे देश की बदनामी है, इलेक्शन पूरे प्रोसेस की बदनामी है. लोग नहीं समझेंगे लेकिन हम कहेंगे तो समझेंगे ना. तो ये बात डिस्कस मैंने अपने साहब मिश्रा जी से, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जो एडवोकेट हैं जो हैंडल कर रहे हैं ईवीएम का इशू, वो अब पूरी तरह समझ चुके हैं. अगर वो अब नहीं करेंगे तो मुझे बहुत डिसअपॉइंटमेंट होगी. अगर इस बात को नहीं, उन्होंने मुझसे कहा था कि मैं प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करूंगा. मैंने ठीक है करेंगे, हम समझा देंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करो. अभी तक तो की नहीं उन्होंने. मेरी पहली मुलाकात उनसे हुई 26 दिसंबर को. उसके बाद बातचीत होती रही, फाइल इधर गई उधर गई, कितनी बार फाइलें गई, कितनी आई मेल से. एंड आफ्टर दैट ऑन 30th 2 मीटिंग, उसके बाद बहुत से मेल इधर उधर चलता रहा. फ़ोन तो आते ही रहते हैं और होल्ड होते रहते हैं. और आज आप देख सकते हैं कितनी तारीख, 12. अब इतना टाइम अगर हम खराब करेंगे तो भाई फिर मेहनत करने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की है, मैं मानता हूँ. डाटा लाए हैं, ईसी के ऑफिस भी गए हैं, कांग्रेस भी शायद गए होंगे, बहुत सारे डाटा लाए हैं, हमने वर्क भी किया, ट्रायल भी चेक किए, लेकिन कुछ निकला नहीं वहाँ से कि डाटा सही है. इस बात का कोई कंफर्मेशन नहीं हो पा रही कहीं से. अल्टीमेटली वही डाटा स्टैंड कर रहा है जो ईसी ने दिया है, और वो गलत है सारा डाटा, कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस. मैं ये बात तो मैं कॉन्क्रीट स्टेटमेंट में कह सकता हूँ, सॉलिड स्टेटमेंट्स में कोई कोई किसी किस्म का कोई डाउट नहीं. मास्टर प्रूफ यू कैन से, डाउट प्रूफ, फुल प्रूफ है कि this differences in votes polled by both parties do not match with leads given. How this happened? Again, I say, being an engineer, being to understand calculation, manipulation, this has been designed. Means they gave leads to each party, both Congress and BJP. They deducted votes of Congress they give those votes to BJP and raised it so that it looks like landslide victory. And from there, they down reverse and fixed votes for each assembly. And that is only reason those votes which they are giving in details to these two parties do not match with percent of votes for both parties. ये बात समझना भी बहुत मुश्किल हो गया, मेरे को समझ आ गई, लेकिन हमारे जो काउंसिल हैं, देश के काउंसिल कहूँगा, मेरे काउंसिल नहीं अकेले के, देश के काउंसिल हैं, इस केस में वीएम के में उनको थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम रही, लेकिन अब वो समझ चुके हैं। अभी मेरी उनसे रिक्वेस्ट ही कर सकता हूँ, अभी मैं लिख के तो दिया, भाई आप करिए आगे, अब वेट करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। ईसी मस्ट बी एक्सपोज्ड, पता तो लगे होने क्या जा रहा है, नहीं तो क्या होगा मैं बताता हूँ क्या होगा। अब लोकसभा के इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं, यही रिपीट होगा, जितना मर्जी कर लीजिए आप, जितना मर्जी सोच लीजिए हमने कांग्रेस को हरा दिया है, हराना है, रिजल्ट वही आएंगे जो वो चाहता है। ईवीएम में क्या कर लेंगे आप बताइए। ईवीएम एक इशू है, मैं मानता हूं है, बहुत बड़ा इशू है, और इसका इलाज यही है कि ईवीएम हट जाए, ईवीएम हट जाए, पक्का इलाज है इसका, और कोई इलाज नहीं। कहते हैं हथौड़ा मारना चाहिए, अगर कोई समझता नहीं तो लोहा अपनी शेप ले लेता है। अगर आप गर्म लोहे पे हथौड़ा मारेंगे, इफ यू हैमर रेड हॉट आयरन, it will take its shape. Now, shape has to come. करना क्या आना चाहिए। अगर आप ईवीएम से भी कराते हैं, मान लीजिए नहीं मानता, कोई नहीं मानता, ईवीएम से वोट कराते, तब भी लीड्स का इशू है, उसका स्क्रूटनी करना पड़ेगा। इलेक्शन कमीशन को बताना पड़ेगा कि आप किस हिसाब से काउंटिंग को रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं। आपको देनी पड़ेगी बैलेंस शीट वोट्स की, कितने वोट आए, कितने काउंट हुए, हर असेंबली की, हर सीट की, किस कैंडिडेट के कितने वोट आए, उसकी वेरिफिकेशन करानी पड़ेगी। और वो वोट जब ट्रांसफर होंगे एक्सेल शीट पे, फिर भी उसकी, क्योंकि लीड्स उतनी रहनी चाहिए। बहुत बड़ा इशू है, इट इज़ रियली वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड इशू which I am discussing with you, and people should understand this. Educated people must understand this because people ignore it. Political parties must understand this. Election Commission thinks, BJP thinks there is no one here serious in this country to think about this, and they are masters of data. To be very frank, BJP is master of data management, data manipulation, and that is why they are not serious. And Congress doesn't understand this. Congress is like an innocent child. They do not understand this. Never be emotional, be factual, be rational. And I am talking rationally, I am not talking emotionally. Something wrong, and this is wrong. And I am now sure, if we have data about all these, we should revisit this data starting from 2019. If we have data of leads, if we have data of seats, if you have data of percentages, we can find out same in all these elections since 2019 Lok Sabha, as well as all state assemblies after that up to now. That will tell you what happened in Lok Sabha. साफ साफ पता लग जाएगा क्या लोक सभा भी इलीगल है। 303 सीट्स आई, क्या रियली आई, वो डाटा बताएगा, लेकिन आई एम श्योर वो मिलेगा ही नहीं डाटा कहीं, सब निकाल दिया होगा। अगर मिल जाए तो मैं पर्सनल लेवल पे उसकी स्क्रूटनी करूंगा, इस देश के लिए, अपने लिए नहीं। लेकिन मैं कहां से लाऊं, इसे तो देगा नहीं, वो तो मुझसे खुंदक खाएगा। वो मेरा नाम भी जानता है, मेरा फोन भी जानता है, और मेरा फोन भी वही होल्ड करा रहा है बार बार। पूरे ईसी वाले, हमारे बीजेपी वाले सब जानते हैं, एक मैं और एक वकील साहब दोनों फोन पे बात कर रहे हैं, तभी होल्ड होता है। कर लो होल्ड, मेरा क्या ले लोगे, मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं। लेकिन अगर मुझे डाटा मिल गया तो मैं स्क्रूटनी जरूर करूंगा। 540-50 सीट, 550 सीट्स इज नॉट बिग गेम। पता लग जाएगा कि एक्चुअल बीजेपी को क्या फायदा दिया गया, कांग्रेस का क्या नुकसान किया गया, या किसी और का क्या नुकसान किया गया, समाजवादी पार्टी को क्या नुकसान किया गया। पता लगाना है अगर डाटा है तो। और जो बाकी असेंबलीज जैसे यूपी की असेंबली हुई, किसी और जहां पे भी बीजेपी जीते, मैं उसकी बात कर रहा हूं, मैं कांग्रेस की बात, कांग्रेस को फायदा तो वो देगा नहीं, सवाल ही नहीं उठता। There is no question that EC would support Congress or SP. Only it will support BJP as well as NDA. It is very much clear. So ultimately, I would say that all these results are leads are manipulated in these five assemblies, all manipulated, particularly in three states. I'm not saying about small states because in Telangana and in Mizoram, so lead difference exists that there is no way EC could do it, except that some seats according to these leads should have gone to Congress, but these have been taken from Congress, and this is in Telangana, 25 such seats, and in Mizoram from ZP, these 5 seats have been taken and given to other party. This is what happened, but in all other, in in Rajasthan, a game of 42 seats gone to BJP unduly. In Chhattisgarh, 15 seats unduly have been given to BJP, and Madhya Pradesh, 78 seats unduly have been given to BJP. This is all based on design work, not on actual vote work. Nobody knows how many are actual votes. I am going to stop this video now because already more than 1 hour, and whatever I wanted to explain, I want to tell that I have given you, I have submitted to you. I expect that people want to remove this I call it corruption. This is process corruption. This is not money corruption, because EC may be given some assurance, we have been assurance you will get this seat or that seat in future. However, that's not my business. And I have seen numbers of all these three. Election Commission also means a spiritual number in which they are very soft. They are under pressure. They can compromise according to their numbers. And I am sure that they have done compromises, but it's not my problem. And I would say Congress should come out of dreams. They should come out of result, because if nobody cares, you can say in Lok Sabha, today I'm telling you, if BJP is saying 404, they shall get 404, as they said 303 in 2019 and they got 2303. This means there was design done, and by now design must have been done. Maybe 2 months back it has been done, and they must be manipulating, they must be programming that one through services of data engineers how to reach 404 figure. We have to speak. My work is clearly open. You everybody can scrutinize this. Everybody can check it on Facebook. And if somebody wants, you can send me email. I will send you file. Again, I say my email ID is suraj suraj underscore engineer at yahoo.co.uk. yahoo.co.uk. Suraj, Suraj, Suraj underscore engineer, ENGINEAR at yahoo.co.uk. आई थिंक यू गॉट माई पॉइंट। आशा करता हूँ कि आप बेशक मेरी तारीफ मत कीजिए, मेरे को मत कहिए बहुत अच्छा हूँ, लेकिन इतना जरूर सोचिए कि इलेक्शन कमीशन को ट्रांसपेरेंसी होनी चाहिए काम में, लेकिन वो नहीं दिख रही है, कहीं नहीं दिख रही है। और मैं सबसे कहूँगा जो ईवीएम की लड़ाई रहे हैं कि ईवीएम की खाली लड़ाई मत लड़िए, काउंटिंग की भी बात रखिए, बहुत ज़रूरी है। और शायद कहीं ज़्यादा ईवीएम से ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि ईवीएम तो एक ड्रामा बन गया है, एक शील्ड बना लिया इलेक्शन कमिश्नर ने। ईवीएम की बात कराते रहो, इन बातों को कोई जैसे कहते हैं वाइट वॉश कर दिया, ईवीएम दिखा दिया, लड़ते रहो ईवीएम पे। आप लड़ रहे हैं और वो कहेंगे इनको अरेस्ट कर लो, लेकिन वो नहीं चाहता कोई लीड्स की बात करे। ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है। हम लीड्स पे हाथ नहीं रखने देंगे। अभी तक तो उसने हाथ नहीं रखने दिया, लेकिन अब उसको समझ आ रहा होगा, उसने मेरी मेल पढ़ी होगी कि कहीं न कहीं, कुछ ना कहीं तो चल रहा है, और वो होशियार भी हो जाएगा। होशियार हो, ना हो, हमें फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता। मैं इस बात को उठाता रहूँगा। मेरे पास इतना दम तो नहीं है कि मैं सड़क पे आके लड़ाई कर सकूँ, लेकिन मैं फिर कहूँगा कि मीडिया भी कुछ सोचे, वो भी फेसबुक को देखे, देखे तो सही कि हुआ क्या है। नहीं तो खाली शोर मचाने से, गली-गली घूमने से, बाज़ार-बाज़ार घूमने से, यूट्यूब वालों से कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है। हमारा प्रॉब्लम वहीं का वहीं रहेगा। फिर बीजेपी जीतेगी, फिर बीजेपी जीतेगी, फिर बीजेपी जीतेगी। मेरी वजह से कोई जीते, लेकिन इलेक्शन साफ होना चाहिए, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। और इस बार साफ नहीं तो पाप है, मेरे हिसाब से बेकार है। मैं फिर आपसे मिलूँगा। आपका धन्यवाद। जय भारत।